Mm, Okay. Set there. Okay. All right. We are live, guys. This is Indy Talk with Jesse and Jaron, and this is the 1 year anniversary show. 1 year ago today, I was in this exact room too. We had Jesse and I had the premiere episode of Indy Talk. Uh, we had the premiere episode of Indy Talk. We talked about this how we started, how we were gonna do it, the wrestling shows we were at. Since we started the show like a few days after uh or the AEW shows that came to Minnesota. We addressed that and talked about that, and yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on for that show. And the big question is, where's Jesse? Uh, he will be in a little bit. Hopefully, he had to do some things. I know he does want to show up tonight for the 1 year anniversary, but since it's already 9, I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. And I don't know, it is a Thursday night, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't want to stay till up till 10 or over, even though we probably will go past 10 o'clock. But yeah. Uh, let me, yeah, yeah. So let you guys filter into the live right now, and pretty much it'll just be me and hopefully Jesse will be on in a little bit, just talking and go from there. So if anybody's got questions or comments, you can list those right now. And let me start sharing this video so people can look into it. I see that Wyatt Tordson and Jerry Adams have entered the Instagram. How's it going, guys? Yeah, we haven't done one of these. Oh, well, we've never had an anniversary show, but we haven't had one of these like kind of update shows for a while. So I'll just be talking. I don't know if I want to address or talk about the start until Jesse gets here or start now, but might this I might start in a little bit. So sharing the video with everyone right now. If last night, guys, we had Kenny Defiance and Nick Pride of Pride. That was quite the fun show. They were quite the group to be on a show. A lot of fun in that. We talked about mining pizzas uh and just how Kenny Defiance got the why catchphrase, because that's been a really trendy thing on social media and at different events. So that's been I got to hear how the why started. So that was pretty cool. Uh and yeah, Nick Pride again, seeing Nick Pride for the third time. That was really cool. He seems to be doing good. He still looks like Chris Jericho. So that was yeah, that was a very fun show, and we've been doing a lot of fun shows as of lately. We had the Ken Anderson show not too long ago. I'm really happy that Ken was able to come on the show and just talk about obviously his career and the academy and everything going on with that. So yeah. Um but yeah, the 1 year anniversary today. 1 year ago, we had the premiere episode of Indie Talk. Had no idea where it was going, what we were gonna do, if we are gonna like discuss just wrestling in the area, or if we were gonna have guests on the show, and or just I guess yeah, let's talk about wrestling and stuff. Guess we kind of did both with the update shows. Well, I guess that was mainly because we were gonna do guests, but then guests were canceling. So did up or what when guests canceled, we did update shows. So we kind of did a combination of updates and or updates and guests, and we had a lot of good guests on the show. As you guys all know, we had actually we were just talking about him, Kenny Defiance, in the Facebook chat. He had him and Nick Pride yesterday, and yeah, very very great show. We had we had Hernandez back in the TNA star, or former TNA star Hernandez from back in the old TNA Impact days, so, or the earlier days before it was Impact Wrestling. So that was quite the show. It was a lot of uh scratchy noises and stuff with the audio and stuff, but still a great show. That was kind of the main reason that we moved to using Zoom now. We haven't had like too many issues unless there's like Wi-Fi or anything going on. But yeah. Yeah, if you guys are just joining, this is the 1 year anniversary show of Indy Talk. 1 year ago, we had a show today, and I just got a message from Jesse. He's almost ready, so I'll have him come in, talk about the start of the show. And I was kind of thinking about, like, if you guys have watched YouTube videos, how people do reaction videos. So I think it'd be pretty cool to react to the first episode if screen share will work, which I believe it should. I haven't used it for a while, but yeah. Thank you very much, Cody O'Neill, Kenny Draylen. Yeah, we had you guys last Friday now. That was a fun show. That was Cody O'Neill 3, Aaron Corbin 2. So yeah. And if you guys don't know what the numbers mean, that just means the number of times we had them on the show, just to show that we've had them on the show, that they're willing to come back, and just to promote to promote the fact that they've been on the show and that you should go watch every single episode. We are at 105 live episodes of Indie Talk, which consists of the update shows, the giveaway shows, and the guest shows. So yeah. And Indie Talk, I didn't necessarily count it as a part of our 104, but we have been on or Jesse and I have been on good old Michael's Corner. Michael Pam runs that. He just had a show tonight too, and we've been on that. We just talked about how we got started a little bit. And then, of course, Johnny Oxbow, the system's personal videographer, had to come in and eat pizza with us. So that wasn't fair to us, but maybe we'll be on Michael's Corner again. So yeah. And what else is going on? I don't want to get into the Indie Talk yet, because get into the how we started yet. We still want to wait on Jesse for that. I know he's almost ready. And I was actually, before this, I was watching Michael's Corner. He had our good buddy Pete King on the show, the All Out Pro Wrestling owner. He just promoting his show for December 17th, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, at the Chippewa Falls High School. You should definitely all go to that event. They got stars like Kenny Defiance, Bullet Bronson, Matthias, So Fresh, Leonard Literacy, Shauna Reed, Ghetto Gear Solid, The Summit, and so many more. You can get tickets online on the All Out Pro Wrestling Facebook page, or get them at the door as well. So yeah. Cody O'Neill is asking, Jaron, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? I would say it's a toss-up between Shawn Michaels or AJ Styles. Before AJ Styles ever came to WWE, I was always a Shawn Michaels fan. And then I kept hearing news about this big TNA indie star coming to the WWE. I think it was 6 years ago or 7 years ago now in 2016. Yeah, 2016, obviously, when AJ came, I just decided to do research on this guy. AJ became a big favorite, which kind of inspired, maybe possibly inspired like all my Instagram accounts, the phenomenal Jaren, the phenomenal figures. That was all inspiration from AJ Styles. So not that he needs it, but shout out AJ Styles. So obviously a great wrestler. He's still going. He's going strong in the WWE with with the return, the Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, the club, and they're doing their thing with the Judgment Day still, I believe. So yeah. Yeah, Cody Kenny, a couple of great wrestlers, definitely a great choice. Yeah, thank you. Uh, come on, Jesse. I made the cool graphic for you and everything. And oh yeah, why am I wearing this backwards right now? You all should get with the program right here. You should all go buy a program hat. Go to the Stonehenge Facebook page. I know he's got links on there, or the Behold Stonehenge Instagram page. Get with the program, get your hats, get your shirts, become a member, an honorary member of the program with JJ Rogue, Nick Nelson, why am I blank? Kyle Pro. So yeah. Next show I do with you, remind me to tell you about my AJ story when I worked the show with him in CZW. Oh, I will definitely ask you about that. I've heard a couple stories about AJ from a couple indie. No, I think it was one guy. It was they Corbin told me about AJ in one of his stories before. So yeah, we'll definitely work on that. Cody O'Neill, he's been or made three appearances on the show. Definitely want him back on the show, and might I haven't contacted him yet, but definitely want to get like the Black Stallion and all those other early 2000s guys from the Neo Pro, and I can't remember all the companies, but all those shows. Yeah. Kenny Defiant with the pizza emoji. If you guys don't know the meaning of that, we spent like 30 minutes. No, it was like 20 minutes talking about pizza for some reason. I forgot how it started, but you started about pizza, about how you can mine pizza and farm pizza. Apparently, you can do that in Canada, according to Nick Pride and Kenny Defiance. So that was quite the conversation with them, and the good old Crack Sager. I don't know. They came up with some interesting stuff. So yeah, definitely go watch that show on the Facebook page. We got the archives post that we link up, and then on Instagram we got the pinned post. So yeah. Hopefully all you older guys can figure that out, or you can message me about that. No offense to old people, but technology is not the strong suit, which I couldn't figure it out either. I didn't know how to use StreamYard or anything, and I didn't know that you could broadcast Zoom video or Zoom live videos to Facebook. So I get it, but yeah. Uh I don't know. Come on, Jesse. Um, Jesse, I'm gonna send you the Zoom link to join on Zoom. I'm where to do it on there. It'll be easier than the Instagram. Uh, join this. All right, the guy you've been all waiting for. Jesse will be coming on the show or come returning after I made such a special post about him. Uh, okay. Or yeah, Jesse, join the Zoom link that I sent you in your Instagram, and we'll go into the start of Indy Talk and just react to the first episode. It was weird on my part. I didn't know what I was talking about. I was just there. I had a system shirt, had the hat like the shorter hair, and I'm like, AEW, yeah, great stuff. Yeah, I think that's how I sounded. I spent a year. I haven't really looked at the video a whole lot, so we'll look over that again. And it was only like a 12-minute show. I think we just wanted to be like, hey, we're new. We're gonna get so many guys on here, and at first we didn't get hardly anybody. We had one show in November, couldn't get anybody for the rest of that November, early December, and then it was already the holidays, so didn't really need to do anything. And then January we started doing some shows. Our good buddy Sylvester J. Fox wanted to be on the show. I thought I was very prepared, and apparently I wasn't, because I was so dull. He was asking me questions. I'm like, I'm supposed to interview you, but I guess we'll talk about me. I'm a cool guy. At the time, I was just the action figure guy, but we'll do that. And 104 shows later, getting better. I've talked this entire 15 minutes. All right, Jesse, come on. Jesse will be right here, he says. So. But yeah, what else? Jay Escobar in the Facebook comments. When you bring it in, Nick Stokey, who's the co-owner of Below Zero Wrestling. We've had him twice on the show, I believe, but yeah, we are in talks with Nick Stokey. We definitely do want to get him on the show again after he's announced a big show for February. The February, man, what is that again? February. They got a big show this weekend too, but I know they got a big show for February. I'm so prepared. Oh yeah, February. Yeah, Below Zero Wrestling is the Winter Slam, February 5th. It's a Sunday, Sanctuary Event Center, Fargo, North Dakota, and they are bringing in Ricky Morton and Kerry Morton. Ricky Morton, obviously a legend in wrestling, and his son, who's a wrestler right now. And yeah, definitely go check it out. And yeah, we'll definitely try to get Nick Stokey back on here in high definition from the old StreamYard days. We'll try to get him on Zoom. So yeah. But yeah, Nick Stokey, obviously a great guy. He's always welcoming to the Below Zero shows, and loves the stuff that I do. And he wants me to do a live show at the Below Zero sometime, so he might do that sometime. It might just be me, because I know Jesse's a little farther, but I could do yeah, definitely do something there. Get some press at the Below Zero show, maybe at the Sanctuary or something, because I'm really close by, and I'd have my own ride. Just I'm able to get there pretty good by myself. So yeah. Uh oh yeah. Go buy your Paul Verk shirts at wrestling shows, or I believe he's on Pro Wrestling Tees too. This is one of the cooler designs with the pink suit. I know he's had this design for a while, so, but still repping that shirt. Paul Verk, great dude, and he's doing the Impact tapings as the Indian announce team, so that's really cool. And yeah, looks like he's entered the waiting room, so Jesse is making his return to Indy Talk after a little absence, so we'll get him on the show. Jesse's iPhone. Since we're live, we won't discuss much before, but we'll get into it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, nothing much. We're live now, so we got you on here.
Oh, great.
I realized I didn't have my volume all the way up, so I hope people on Instagram could hear a lot of the.
Yeah. I hope they can too. So last few you had yourself quite the busy week.
Yeah, we had Kenny Defiance and Corbin and O'Neill. That was those were two pretty good shows. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and then the Sager and System.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. So how was the show that you went to where DDP got elected in the Minnesota?
Yeah, it was a great show. It's I got there like half an hour before doors open. Got there, found a spot right next to the entrance ramp, and went to go meet them. I got my pictures and then or my pictures with them, and then got Ryan stuff signed. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hopefully everyone's on. Or we got some viewers.
Yeah, we got a couple people on here. It's not too big of numbers, but yeah, we're getting people, so yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But should we or I'll let you go. Yeah.
So Sager beat the system, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sager and Verk, it became a tag team match after the Rising got involved. So yeah. Rising. Yeah.
Drago didn't get to do his interview with Michael.
Now, I think Michael had a lot of issues that day with just getting people there and them or I think finding people too or something. But I know he got Sly Fox and he got one other person, I believe. Yeah. No, and yeah, Molly Holly. So yeah, which that son of a gun got Molly Holly. Yeah.
Go out of the spot. I don't want you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Molly Holly was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jesse's back, and this is the 1 year anniversary. So Jesse, do you want to discuss your part and how this all started? Because you're the mastermind of this.
Yeah, pretty much a mastermind. No, actually, we're both masterminds of it. So just backstory. Give everyone the backstory. I had a friend from Alabama who was doing podcasts, and after I listened to a few of his, I was like, this might be something. And after listening to a few more, I was just like, I don't know if I really want to waste my time doing it. And then after a couple more, I was like, I'm gonna do it. So, and then lo and behold, you show up, and I'm like, that's the guy right there that I'm gonna do it with. So here we are a year later.
Yeah. And yes, my part, like, yeah, as you said, well, at the time I was just the action figure guy. A couple months into college, still making action figures. The time I had like a PD Brown and system and a couple other things going, I believe. Just the action figure guy. I went to a decent amount of shows, and then Jesse pops up in Messenger, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" No, yeah, and Who's
Three
this nerd? You want to give me money? Yeah. But yeah, Jesse appears. He asks about a podcast. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I know Michael Pam does podcasts. I was wondering like it maybe be the same thing as that. And then at the time, Freddie Fredrickson of the State of Pro Wrestling was doing that. And I was like, oh, that sounds like an interesting idea to do podcasting. But I was like, I don't know how to start a podcast. Do I just like promote it on my like Facebook, or how does that work? And
it, groundwork. I mean, some of our
mhm,
shows were hit and miss. I mean, it
yeah.
took maybe 3-4 months before we started getting people wanting to come on.
Yeah, we had the premiere episode in November, didn't have anything till January.
Yeah,
Couldn't get anyone on. They're just like, I don't think they even responded to us. There's like, okay, a couple fans want to talk to wrestlers. Yeah.
well, thank that the system was willing to do it.
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
I think he was the first one that came out and said, "Yeah, I'll do it." And
Hmm.
so
Yeah. Yeah. System's always been really cool with wanting to be on the show and supporting the show and everything. So yeah, shout out to the system. Even if he's a bad guy, we like him. So
yeah,
yeah.
he,
Hmm.
we bought his shirt. Now he needs to
Yeah,
buy.
yeah. He needs to buy our shirt. Yeah.
Wonder if
Because
Drago is. I know he
oh,
said. I said, I wonder if Drago ever got his. I know he said he was in talking to Dustin about it.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I should ask him about that. He needs our shirt. He needs to work out. Well, I don't know if it's a good idea to work out in it, but I think definitely needs to wear it to some places, or at
Yeah,
least the entrance at Stranglehold in Florida. So yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that's how pretty much how it got all started. And our first, I know I know you had something going on that first show, but our first guest was good old Sylvester J. Fox. I was there like, oh, we're gonna do a show. And I had no idea what I was gonna talk about. I was like, we're gonna talk wrestling, sure. And Sylvester J. Fox starts ending up asking me questions because I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm listening to you. You know what you're talking about. So,
What kind
yeah, I was,
of
oh,
you?
yeah, yeah, it was quite interesting. And then, oh yeah, where's my list again? Or the archives? Oh, not that. Oh, yeah, sweet. Oh wait, no, I think before Sylvester, we had like a mini episode that I was just talking about stuff. And then Sly, Feb, yeah, one guest in January. No, wait, how is it? November was premiere, December mini episode, January Sly Fox, and then February we actually started getting people like Jay
Yeah,
Soltis, System, Aaron Corbin, Charlie Norris, the failed attempt of trying to do the zero sympathy for the first time, but yeah, at
yeah.
least we had two out of the three, and then the second time we had one out of the three, so never went through. No, you can't. Yeah.
It it still shocked me what Crix is still not showing up. I mean, we've had him on like twice, and the third
Yeah.
one, oh, I'm out.
Yeah. I still haven't talked to him at all. He friended me on Facebook like 5 months after that. And I'm like, oh, maybe he wants to talk about it, but no, I don't know. And I haven't been to enough like AWF shows or anything he's done to talk to him in person. So yeah.
And
Good old
then
Cricks.
surprised everybody by going into MAW show.
Yeah. Yeah. Surprised everyone with the MAW show. I thought that was gonna be a full time, but I guess he just wanted that one night or something. So
Yeah, well, he said they're working on it since before COVID hit. So
yeah, yeah. And I'm glad that I mean that was surprising that he was able to do that with the given split in the wrestling world, the Midwest wrestling or Minnesota wrestling specifically. But yeah. But yeah, it was cool that he was able to do that. And yeah, February is where it all started, and we pretty much had like 10 guests a month uh from that day, and kept going and going, and we're still going. We had like a couple of guests we've had are like Alex Finley, Tom Rocky Stone,
mm,
Bullet Bronson, Shauna Reed, Leslie LaMuñeca, Bill Williams, Bad Role Models Summit, and also done like we did back in May we had the WrestleMania giveaway bundle. That was pretty interesting.
I think
Yeah.
I had a few other surprises. Uh,
Mm.
our latest one is probably having Ken Anderson as our second big time wrestler.
Yeah. 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 Ken was really glad Ken was able to or wanted to come on the show because I mean he's still I mean yeah, we're working with the students. I'm sure he appreciates that, but like for him to come on our show, that was a really big deal. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but he said something that you guys were talking about doing another one, so hopefully we can get him back on in the near future.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he wants to meet you on the live eventually. So hopefully you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely. I know we gotta try to get Eddie Sharkey back on too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Eddie. He just had the big surge or well, yeah, a big surgery on his heart, and I guess
Mm,
according to Ryan, he's been doing really good though, so that's a good thing.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He's a tough dude. He's what 85, 86, and walked away from heart surgery. He's a trainer
that's
of
pretty.
champions. You don't mess with him. So
Might
yeah.
see him at a future MAW show taking on the system.
Yeah, yeah. One
Both
more match, Eddie. Yeah. Yeah, we had Eddie back in February 18th. So go watch that in the archives post. Yeah. Uh Bullet Bronson just joined the live stream on Instagram. How's it going, Bullet? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was he was trying to join the Michael's Corner tonight, but I guess Michael blocked him. So I
oh,
don't know why. But yeah.
but you know why?
Well, you
Because
know why, yeah. You know why.
he,
Boy,
he's
you know why, yeah.
supposed to
Hmm.
be the guest tonight. So I think Michael's kind of sold Team Pete.
Yeah, which I'm surprised because he went on like a full rant when we brought him on the Matthias show, so, the Matthias show. Oh man.
Yeah, he. I mean, maybe they're working together the whole time.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm thinking that Michael probably knew him before we had them appear. I think Michael's got a master plan going on. So
I think Michael is
yeah.
smart us here a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Bullets. What's Bullet saying? Bullet says happy 1 year. Thank you, Bullet.
Thanks, Bullet. We've had you on a couple of times, and you've also been a wrestler of the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Former wrestler of the week, and I think twice. No, wait. Let me check.
I think you might have been
Twice.
a three.
2 times. Yeah, and July and March. So yeah. I'm glad I got this archives post, like, because I couldn't remember any dates on there. I finally got that. I did like all of that in one day. I'm like, let's get it compiled.
Yeah, gotta get them all in there.
Yeah. It was so hard to find like everything on my profile because it's hard to keep like scrolling and scrolling or like searching up stuff. And then I don't
Yeah.
know. I was like, and then I was like, oh yeah, we had Bully Brand on the show. When was that again? So
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
forgot that when I was going through the archives a couple of days ago. I'm like, oh yeah, we had him on here.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's been really good. It's holding. I'm glad it's holding up like all the text on there. I thought it like forced me to make another post, but it's still going. So hopefully we can use it for a long time. But yeah, I got all the links on there.
Anybody
Bullet
have
said, what's that?
anybody have any questions?
Let me check the question. There's no questions yet, but Bullet says Michael just followed him, so I guess they're okay now.
Oh,
Oh no. I thought we were gonna have to like report the news on that. Michael blocks Bullet Bronson.
don't trust Michael. That's a
Oh man, yeah.
he's leading you.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I kind of wanted to try some if I haven't tried the share screen in a while, but if the share screen works, I kind of it's wanted to rewatch a couple parts of the original show just to like do a little reaction video to our stuff, like play it and pause and elaborate on what was going on. So if you want to do that, we can do that.
We do that.
Okay. All right, let's have it. Desktop one. Oh yeah, I don't know if I want to use the whole desktop. I want this. I want that. Technology. Okay, maybe it's that one. All right. Can I'm able to know if people see it? Oh no, that stopped. Okay. No, I was on. All right. Can you see that, Jesse?
Yep.
Are you seeing a Zoom page or the actual video?
I'm actually seeing the Indy Talk archives. Looks like from Facebook.
Oh. Oh shoot, that's bad. All right. What do you see now?
Um, Still looks like from Facebook.
Oh, why is it not showing up? Uh, yeah, I have the video. Let me restart that. Uh, Stop share, reshare. Okay, maybe it should work now. No, no. All right. Well, you see it now?
Yeah, just see me and you on the screen there.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you don't see the. Do you hear this? Are you
Yeah,
seeing the video of us up and down with me in the backwards hat?
yep. Yeah, I
Okay.
think our mini show.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to let me get this recap on that. This was 1 year ago today, November 17th. We decided I don't know why we chose that day, but it was just kind of chose that day. Well, or I think you chose that day, I believe. Just wanted to well, we had the eventually start, just chose that day, and this was the premiere episode. And let me lower the volume here. Like I gotta like calculate or not balance out both volumes so we can both hear each other and the video. So I think I got that. So yeah, I haven't really watched this back, but I believe I like screen recorded this and then put it on there. So This is the premiere episode. We can watch. We're gonna watch little clips of this and just analyze it and be like a YouTube reaction video. So let's watch this.
How you doing, Darren?
Pretty good. Yeah, I was really trying to get it on my MacBook, but it wouldn't let me send a request on there, so I had to switch to my phone. So, but
Oh yeah, we did this. I think we were doing this on Instagram, and then I like screen recorded it. Okay, yeah.
Didn't we like?
On Instagram the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, this some computer weird.
Computer weirdness.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
So, all right, we're gonna start off by talking about this weekend's events. AEW. You appeared at all the shows, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Oh yeah, this was the 1 year ago. AEW came to the Target Center for the first time with the Rampage and Full Gear. I was at both of those. I'm still talking about it. It's still a fun of both are fun events, and then they also had Dark there too. So yeah.
What was the energy like with the crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say throughout the entire or all the shows, it was just lots of energy, and especially for AEW coming to Minnesota for the first time, it was a pretty wild crowd, and
It was a wild crowd for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty electric though.
Would you say that is more? Is it worth the money versus going to a WWE show?
I would definitely say yes. It was, everyone was into it, and everyone was having a lot more fun than the time I went to my first WWE show. So I would definitely say it's worth the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, AEW is a lot more fun.
We're gonna move on from AEW and talk a little bit about the independent scene in Minnesota, which I think right now the best promotion out there, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I think Tony DiNucci's AWF is probably one of the best out there.
Do you still believe AWF's the biggest promotion out there, Jesse?
I think MAW is probably number one right now. They're putting out a lot more shows. AWF isn't really doing too much right now, and I don't think they do too much in the winter time anyway.
Yeah. I know they got a few shows for this month. I think in a few weeks, starting in like the December 3rd and a couple of dates. But I think AWF's a good company, but like you really can't mount or like compare to MAW at all. Just even aside from the fact that like they bring in legends and stuff, like you can't beat MAW. It's too big that David and Eli Bryan got too much money to put into it. So
yeah, and I don't really think Tony has business partners. I think the only business partner he really has is Petey Brown.
Yeah, and he's only doing booking and maybe helping with some other stuff, but yeah. Huh.
From a standpoint, I went to the MAW show in Rochester here, and it really wasn't nothing that I expected. Versus the AWF
I did
show.
that same head roll as I did.
We talked about that the next day, and I was telling you, Scott Steiner had a lot of mobility issues. He wasn't really moving around.
Grand Slam 3.
But he's getting older.
Yeah.
And a lot of the guys out there, they're more younger, they're getting more agile and doing what they're doing. I mean, there's a lot of good indie wrestlers out there that should be signed by either Impact, WWE, or AEW. I mean, take a look at P.D. Brown. He should have been signed months ago.
What you're just talking about.
Yeah.
Edie Brown should be signed to a big company, but he has appeared on AEW as like he was a part of that Jade Cargill and damn, who's the other lady? Jade Cargill was in a feud with somebody, and then like Petey Brown was like in that corner spot at Rampage, being like a fan, but kind of also like a special appearance to help with the show and like break up Jade Cargill and this other lady for like a feud that they were doing. So yeah, at least and he got the AEW picture things, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait, let's get him on the screen right here. Since
That we showed Petey on there.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about this.
Yeah.
First ever Petey Brown figure.
And I was going to tell you that is amazing what you do with them action figures. How you make them.
Thank
how
you,
you
Jesse.
Yeah.
If you want to take some, you're welcome. If you want to
make
take some
another
time right
PD
now and tell the
eventually.
viewers about yourself and let them know what you do, they appreciate it.
And tell us, Jaron, what do we do?
Yeah, really. No.
So yeah, obviously right here is Petey Brown, I believe. I want to say is like my 6th Minnesota figure, but I have to go back and check the dates and everything. But yeah, basically.
You don't remember, Jaron? No.
Yeah, this is starting from the beginning.
It was fun.
5 or 6 years ago, 2015. Yeah, 6 years ago, 2015. Was watching some YouTubers online, and I was just watching how they did the live tutorials and others. Or pretty much their overviews of how they make custom action figures, and I saw how much that they were how much their figures they were selling, and then how popular they could be. So that kind of got me interested. Originally started with WWE figures, and then 2017 went to a Minnesota show, and then just got inspired to make Minnesota figures, and then went to Facebook a few years later and just got to this point.
Yeah, that was I went to Under the Big Top 1 in New Market, Minnesota, the big Mitch Paradise wrestling show that he does every year. I've been to all 5 of them, went to that, and I wanted to make Mitch Paradise as the custom figure. I thought he's just like big Hulk Hogan dude. He looked pretty cool. I'm like, he definitely needs a figure, and went to the Mitch Paradise fan page and just posted that. 120 likes on that, and I was like, holy crap, people like this. And that day I kind of became a celebrity. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to the Under the Big Tops, Jesse? Or
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll be, maybe next summer I'll be able to make it. I know do it like under a big tent, right?
Yeah, big tent in the parking lot outside the double wide bars. So yeah.
And don't fall down.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty sturdy tent. It's pretty high up. Well, it doesn't seem high up from outside, but it's pretty high up when you get in there, and pretty. It looks really cool at night. You know, like you're just wrestling under a tent and there's lights, and it helps with lighting. Like, there's no way you can do like an outside show in the dark, but if you got a tent and the lights and everything, then it works out. So yeah,
that's good.
Well, yeah. And Corbin does that with the 1029 events too. So
yeah,
I got to get to one of those eventually.
Yeah,
I got I think it was like a few days before that MEW show in Owatonna that he had his annual thing, and that's when I got COVID. So that was not fun.
Well,
and that's in time, man.
I couldn't even get into that show. But
yeah, you couldn't get into that.
Matt, got in.
Yeah, of course Matthew got in. So yeah. Oh man. All right, let's see what else we got to say.
And are you selling any of them figures, or
Yes, I am.
are they just kind of no?
I've actually with the first figure. Do you know the wrestler Moses Mayhem? He was a Minnesota wrestler
You know
from
Moses,
2 years
Jesse?
ago.
You better know Moses.
I've heard of him, but never seen him.
Mm.
Mhm.
You still haven't seen him,
Yeah,
have you,
we
Jesse?
2018 some
No, just-
show, and then
man.
a few years
Yeah,
later, he tapped me on Instagram.
I'm surprised I've actually gotten to see him because he's been here only a few
I wasn't
times.
sure. I was kind of nervous about selling him and my work and all that.
Yeah, I
I
was
was really thinking about it and started selling. And I sold my first figure. I made a custom Moses Mayhem figure for Moses Mayhem himself. So he currently has my first ever sold figure.
and all two of the other ones too. So he has every single Moses I've ever made. He's like, here's $50 to make a figure of me, and he's got all three of them. I think one of them's his mom's that I sold to her, but yeah, and I sold them one to him, one to his mom. I'm still working on trying to sell the one I have right now, but he's been pretty busy with stuff, so didn't want to bother him too much, but I still have one right now that I'm gonna sell him. So yeah.
Drop it.
Yeah. Drago's gonna steal it.
Yeah.
Drago wants his figure. He messaged me, he's like, I need my figure. I'm like, I'm trying, man. Been working on like 2 figures for the last 5 months. I gotta get, or not, probably not 5 months, like 2.5 months or something. But yeah. All right, let's see. We're about halfway done with this video, so you could probably just watch it, and then we'll see what goes on.
So, what other independents have you gone to see in the
Jerry.
state of Minnesota?
Yeah, in the matter of 4 or 5 years, I've been Steel to Me Wrestling, Midwest All Star Wrestling. I've only been to the Midwest once. I really want to go again, but
yeah. At the time of this recording, I went to like 1 or 2 shows. The time of this recording, I've been to like 20 plus shows to MAW. So I think I've definitely I would say I've definitely been to a lot of MAW shows now, but at this time I went to 2 shows, and a few days after this, I believe it was the second or third show. So I remember that now. Oh man. Now we go to too many MAW shows.
Oh yeah.
We're friends with them. I remember the first.
Gets mad when you come into our shows.
Yeah, when you go, yeah, everyone up. He wants us to go to all of his shows now, since we've been to so many MAWs now.
Wow.
It's funny, like this show was like, or this company was like, I mean, it was relatively big. They were having good shows, and I think I just like kind of heard of them, and then went to the Rice County Fair show in 2019, and then a few days after this, November, or it was either a few days after this or like a few days before this recording, I went to the Mounds Theater show where the System became the MAW champion, and I'm like, the champ, yeah. I got some good pictures of the System. So.
And it's been a year since him and Sager have been going at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a whole year, or I think a year and like a few months now, because it started when a System called Brian Craig. So whenever that started again, but yeah,
Brian got all upset.
he was super sad.
MIW, Midwest Independent Wrestling.
MIW, yeah.
Under the Big Top, that's Mitch Paradise's like big show of the summer. So I've gotten to all 4 of those now.
Yeah. Now all 5.
What else? I've been to up in Fargo, North Dakota here. I've been to Time Bomb Pro Wrestling. I mean, that's kind of the last show I was in Dilworth, so I mean, kind of on the border of Minnesota and North Dakota, but still once a little bit.
First time
too. So yeah, there's been a lot though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this was like really a podcast show. I think it was your show and you were like interviewing me. We're not really talking. You're just asking me questions.
I think we were just going back and forth.
Just like we'll have a conversation. Let's ask each other stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, I've been to numerous shows. I don't know if you ever remember the promotion, Northern Premier Wrestling.
Oh yeah,
I think that was ran by JB Trask.
JB Trask.
That's where I don't know if you know any of the wrestlers like Dan Jesser, Jerry Wynn, or Psychopath.
Yeah.
That's
I wonder what Horace is up to now.
Yeah.
No showing.
No showing everywhere.
Now is
oh man.
Has been out of business for so long. I think at that time, I think way back, I think it was like maybe 98, 99. I think independent wrestling started going down, and now all of a sudden it's coming back up.
Yeah, it's gotten really big now.
So look at Ring of Honor just went out of business. So now that's more of the independent.
And now Tony Khan bought it. He's not doing anything with it.
Grow more.
It's just another title.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that ROH went out of business. I saw it critical.
Yeah,
very surprising.
I was more. I mean, I knew it was coming sometime, but who knows if they'll ever bring it back or if this is really it.
They did kind of bring it back, kind of maybe.
Yeah.
We call it bringing it back, but yeah.
I didn't really keep after the Hardy Boys left ROH. I really didn't keep up with much ROH, and then I know it's been okay. It's pretty much a whole new roster before they went out of business, but. Yeah, this ROH has a lot of history with Punk and Aries and Bryan and all those great wrestlers.
Yeah.
No more CM Punk.
And I don't know if you knew this or not. Just a little knowledge for you.
Little knowledge from Jesse.
Did some matches for Steel Domain. Him and Cole Cabana had a few matches together.
Yeah, actually, I looked it up like a few years after I started watching Steel Domain, and yeah, I was surprised, and it was honestly pretty cool to this year that he was in wrestling for Steel Domain, and I know there's like a very old Steel Domain wrestling DVD out there that I want to eventually find, and I know it's got.
I really want to find that DVD. I don't. Yeah. It's somewhere online. Somebody has copies.
Well, yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got like about 10 minutes left here.
That's right. Oh no. Yeah, that's right. At the very end, you're like, "Hey, we're gonna wrap it up now," and then I think I lost Wi-Fi or something, and I'm just sitting there. Oh no. Oh, let's see what you talked about.
We show should be. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Use what freezing? We have a glitch.
We have a. Yeah, it was good. I was like so confused. I didn't use Instagram Live a whole lot. I don't think I ever got it fixed.
If
I don't
it's
think I
not
did.
here, I'm just gonna go ahead and thank everyone for tuning in. Thanks, Jaron, for coming on.
I believe I glitched at
Next
the end.
week's topic, we're gonna be looking into the indie promoters versus the
There we go.
WWE promoters and Impact promoters and AEW promoters.
Oh yeah, we had the promoters episode.
Oh yeah.
So you have a good night, Jaron. Thank you once again for coming on, and we will see you all next week at 5:30 again. Have a good night, everyone.
I don't know if we ever did that yet.
Yeah, I don't think we did another 5:30. I think we moved it.
Oh,
Either. Well,
unless it's lost somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was that was fun. I haven't watched that entire thing, so yeah. But yeah. Oh, we got a couple comments. Scott says, Jesse, can you wrestle that ceiling fan and pile drive it for me? Is Scott your relative or something? Or
yeah, my brother.
oh, it's your brother. Oh yeah. He's got a big beard. His brother. Yes.
He's Kevin Nash.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I've never watched that fully back. I think I watched like clips or something, but yeah, I was I don't think probably a lot of people that watch your show now have never seen that, so they get to see a reaction video of us to do that. If you want to watch the whole thing again, go to the archives post and watch it without the reaction track. But yeah, it was pretty fun. It's a lot's happened since then, hasn't it, Jesse?
It sure has, especially let's talk about the episode where we had the system on and Mr. Jerry Allricker decided to pay him a little visit.
Oh yeah, the kidnapping.
Yes, everyone, we had a kidnapping episode.
And I think System was returned safe because he was at the next MAW show, but you don't know what happened before that or during that. I don't know.
System and Jerry would know.
Yeah, I feel like System might be too scared, and we asked Jerry, and he's like, "But I didn't do anything with them. Ooh, we ate cream cheese together."
It is all cream cheese, from what I know. Johnny Oxbow claims that he bought him a cream cheese sandwich the next night so he would leave Johnny alone, and Johnny a few months later said, I never bought that man anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Let me look at that again. What's another funny moment? Oh yeah, Jackson Black, and we brought in what did Jackson call him? The little dummy.
Yeah, the big dummy.
Malachi. Big dummy. That was pretty fun. Jackson wants to come back again. We should do that. Get him on again.
Yeah. Oh, we had JJ Rogue. He was kind of a interesting guy.
Yeah, he's just like, you're not a member of the program. Yeah.
He didn't want nothing to do with that.
No, he didn't want anything. He just wanted to make money. We paid them thousands of dollars, guys.
On Fiji.
Fiji. Oh man.
And then a 2-hour conversation with Stonehenge.
Oh yeah. The 2-hour Stonehenge documentary conversation. That was a long show. And then the music. Yeah,
the glasses he was wearing.
Oh yeah. What was that? Oh yeah. He's like welcome to the Stone Zone, and we're Stonehenge.
Like, okay, what are you doing here?
Yeah, Stonehenge is a good guy.
Yeah.
You always
We-
see he reposts all my stuff that I make of him. So yeah,
Then we
and
had then we had another episode with Jerry.
yeah, we were trying to get to the bottom of what he did on the show, but
Oh, he
or on
kept talking green cheese.
or after. Yeah, well, yeah, was it? I don't take my cream cheese seriously. I need my endorsement from cream cheese companies. Yeah. Oh
He,
man.
and of
And
course, we had the tag team of the Summit on too.
oh man. Not the sum no. Yeah, the summit the first time. That was really fun. Yeah.
I think that was when I think the second time we had them, it was the face off with bad role models.
Yeah. Yeah, we should maybe go back and like tally up those scores, but it was pretty close. I don't know how we would do that.
Yeah.
Know was who better. And oh yeah, Leonard literacy when we had he was trying to tell us you know why, and I was like, I don't know why. He's like, you know why, and I was like, what?
Yeah, he's
What's
kind of back and forth about that. Like, Leonard, don't argue.
don't argue? I think he was like, yeah, I asked him like, hey, you know why Ken has that catchphrase? And he's like, yeah, you know why. And I was like, what?
Thanks.
Except,
Would you care?
oh man, that was quite interesting. What else did we do? Uh,
Oh, you made Johnny Oxbow mad at the live edition of
yeah, that's right.
he got mad at
Johnny's
you.
like, he just had his glasses on. He's like, I want to go home. I don't like this show or something. And then he slapped my computer down at the end. It's like, we're done.
Then
Yeah, we're done here.
the poor system fell out of the chair.
Yeah, he's like, oh. That's when Matthew interrupted. So, yeah. Then we had
Said to him,
Matthew.
weren't you already on? You already
Yeah.
had your,
You
you
had
want
your own.
get out of here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Matt Schrader and Matthew Hayne. Yeah. That's right. The two Matts invaded the show. So,
And so fresh. And then,
man.
of course, we had the Summit.
Yeah. The good old summit there. There was a yeah, we've had a lot of a lot of the wrestlers came up with this. We can't really take credit for these funny moments, but yeah, we've had a lot on here. We just give them a live stream and they just take the ball and they start talking and in character and out of character. It's like 50-50 or JJ was 100%, but yeah.
I remember, Jen, you're not a full-fledged member of the program.
Yeah. You can just because you got merchandise doesn't mean anything. So yeah. Man. And then
Can't wait to get back on because I want to argue with them more about the pub.
oh yeah.
Where
Yeah,
the
we
bowling
did.
pubs start because of that.
Mm-hmm. Good. Gotta get JJ again. Oh yeah. I think the first or second time we had Brian on the show, we had I think we talked before where like, hey, we should invite Johnny Oxbow on the show and let him on. And he's like, yeah, he had the neck brace and everything, and he just came on and like, Craig, you did this to me, sue Rampage Santana.
Oh yeah, that's some in Rampage where in
Yeah.
that didn't really last very long.
Wasn't too long, but they did have a lot of matches. It was like 11 or 12 matches, but yeah. That was around the time Discover Pro Wrestling had their show in March, so that was an awesome show too. 4-hour drive to Duluth from Moorhead, Minnesota. Oh my God. That was I think that was so long. I slept on the way back, I believe. So yeah. And
Stonehenge.
yes, I fell asleep watching the Stonehenge episode in the car. Uh, and
Yeah.
yeah, and oh yeah, we've had Brad on the show and the system, and apparently they're all good now, so that's good. But
It must be good.
it must
Wonder
be.
fallout from Brian and the system will be, if they're still going to be going at it or if they're over and done with now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want this. They haven't really done anything since Grand Slam, so we gotta.
Yeah, that's. I've been trying to keep up with Warriors to see if they're going to have anything, but apparently Brian's
Yeah.
moved on from it.
Yeah, I don't know if that part will be in like the Warrior tapings. I think it'll be on the next regular show, which I think is like in February. Yeah, February they're bringing in like Swago, Rowan, Anderson, and Jake Roberts at the St. Croix Casino.
Really?
I'm sad because my delusion of who you were was shattered by who you really are.
Okay, so something I'm sick and tired of explaining.
Well, Jaren has pros, everybody.
So when someone has Tourette's, they pick up tips from their surroundings, their areas, from absolutely anything possible. There is times where I do not tick. There is times I can go hours without ticking. It just.
Well, everyone, Jaren just left. I'm sure he'll be back. So I'll just go on and talk here for a little bit. So another episode that we did was with Thunderblood Charlie Norris, and he was a humble guy, very, very fun to talk to. And I think when we had interviewed him initially, we had Eddie Sharkey on first, and then it was Charlie. And then I think after that we had Aaron Corbin on. So I think we did like a 3 show that night. And we've had Drago on the show before. We were going to try to get Eli and David Armacano to come on along with Brian, but that never worked out. So we're hoping for 2023 that we can do that.
We're back, and this is one of the most satisfying videos I've seen in a long time. Left a little bit behind here.
Just giving Jaren a few minutes here to come back.
Perfect. Now this person is dealing with a ton of blackheads and whiteheads around the Vermilion border of the lake. And if you've ever had these before,
Excuse me.
Extremely painful. This is like a pimple popper's paradise right here.
Oh, about time you turn.
Yeah.
I was just rambling on.
Okay.
People who we've had on before, and told them the episode of Charlie Norris and
Oh yeah.
Aaron Corbin. Can't
Mhm.
remember if we had Eddie Sharkey on that show as well.
We had Eddie and Charlie on separately, but I think it was within like 2 weeks or something. So yeah.
Oh, because Eddie was before the system.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
was the system that doing the shows.
Yeah, I believe that was right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's been, or I mean, that show specifically, that was really fun to talk to him. So, trainer of champions, got to know the inside scoop, and yeah, and Charlie really cool too. I've gotten to ride with Charlie and Eddie Sharkey to a wrestling show with Ryan, which that's always going to be a cool memory, and got a picture with them too. So yeah, riding with trainer champions and the Thunderbloods. So yeah,
Yep, we got to meet both of them in Faribault. Both
yeah,
were
yeah.
just excited and happy to be there.
Mm-hmm. And Charlie was the special guest referee that night.
Yeah, actually for a Christmas match.
Yeah, yeah. The Crixus, the Crixus Leonard match, and then also Bob Orton and Wild Boy Bill Irwin were there. So yeah, that was
And,
quite the night.
Bill Irwin turned on Crixus.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he accidentally hit, oh, supposedly accidentally hit him with the rope or something. So yeah, that was man. He got him. But yeah, what is, I guess moving on from like funny moments, but we had well we attempted to do it. I think it went pretty successfully, other than like copyright stuff, but the Scott Hall tribute show, that was I mean, that was just definitely
Okay, there we go.
oh whoop,
How you doing, Darren?
Pretty good.
hold up. What is
Yeah,
it? Oh shoot, that's my, oh, I forgot to exit out of that. Okay. Yeah,
That
but
the show was
Jesse interrupted me in another universe. Oh man. But yeah,
the Scott Hall show was actually I think was kind of was a big deal for the both of us. I know we had Zach shadowing us, but he kind of just took it more as not as serious as me and you did. So I think that
yeah.
episode is gonna have a special place with us.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't, we never really addressed it, but yeah, we kind of wanted to work with Zach, but we weren't sure if he would just join in as a fan or wanted to talk about stuff. And he never started a podcast or anything, but I don't know if you've heard anything from him since, but
I haven't heard anything from him ever
mm,
since. He said, "Whatever, Zach." That's the last
whatever.
time I heard from him.
That was gonna be a t-shirt design, and then I don't know. Whatever, Zach Simpson's in the chat right now. He's probably confused, but aka Tank Bryson, but yeah. But yeah, Zach, another dude. I mean, he's a good dude, but it just didn't work out. So
At the end of the day, it was just more like he wasn't into it. So it's just like, we're going to go
mm,
on our thing. And
mm,
so,
mm. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Scott Hall, that was, I remember it was like we did it, was it like a week after or something?
yeah, it was a week after. And we had
Yeah.
a lot of material just to pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know, I think we started, we're like playing the audio and the footage, and then it like kept saying copyright, and then the video shut down. I'm like, what the, oh, I'm like, oh, copyright, yeah. And then I was like, let's restart it again, but not play the audio, and there's still copyright, but or the video is still able to play. So that was
Yeah.
good. But yeah. Sorry, WWE, but we had to do it.
Yep, we had to do it. Just Indy Talk.
Triple H,
But
sorry. We'll work security for a show if you want us to. Oh man.
I'm
But
sure. I'm sure Triple H will send us a royalty check.
yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. There's your money, Triple H. There you go. So,
He's,
yeah, oh,
he's
man.
you get
Mhm.
that right.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, yeah. And then oh yeah, Hernandez. That was a very really good show, other than audio, but yeah.
Audio glitches with Hernandez, and he kept saying "yo" throughout the whole thing.
Yo,
Word,
yo, how's it going, Indy Talk?
yo,
So, yo, yeah,
yo,
that was a fun show.
yeah.
I mean, I was like Hernandez. I mean, he's been a part of these big TNA matches. I got to ask him stuff, and wanted to talk about like Slammiversary 2010, I believe, and it's part of that Styles thing. Kurt Angle. Uh, there was one other guy, but that was when AJ won the world title for the first time in TNA, other than the NWA TNA titles. So yeah, and
Yep.
then hearing about Mike Tenay and Don West. So yeah.
Yeah, that was actually real interesting to hear about them guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know Don West, he's probably still watches wrestling and does stuff, and I'm sure Mike does that too. But man, well, Mike Tate, no, not Mike Tenay, there was another guy, but yeah, I wish they were still doing commentary, but they're probably a lot older now. Yeah.
Probably either retired. I mean, from what I hear, Don West is doing something through Impact. I think it's behind the scenes. I
Oh,
think he's a marketing guy. And I
oh
think
yeah, that's right.
Sunset.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's, oh, oh no. It was I like the dude, but the show he had with him, that was just really bad. But Danny Duggan, you remember that show?
Oh,
No.
that show, nothing against Danny, but that show wasn't a
No,
very good show.
no, that was yeah, he was in Canada, we're in the US, and it was just really bad. We were using StreamYard too. Yeah, that was we were like kept trying to listen and we're like we don't want to cancel or anything because it's Danny Duggan, but yeah,
Yeah,
that
hopefully
was
you get on too again.
yeah, Danny would be cool to talk to again. Yeah. He's been doing a lot with the CWE, so yeah,
Yeah.
and the oh yeah, we had what was I
God,
think Sterling Bond, yeah, such a
that,
lovely man. He just great
that,
dude. No, yeah.
I like
A great
I like
wrestler, but mm,
he's just a little out there.
mhm. He's his character. Yeah. And then oh yeah, Valentina Loca. That was a pretty good show, just promoting Central Empire. So mhm.
And we
Or
had
yeah.
yeah, so Valentina's out there watching. Get a hold of us. We'd like to have you back on again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. She's wrestling at Below Zero this sat or in 2 days and on Saturday in Duluth, Minnesota. So
Are
she's
you
face.
going to that?
I won't be able to make it. I was thinking about it, but I was like, I don't know. I don't want to. That Duluth drive is really just tough and Below Zero. I always see them around, but yeah, should be a pretty good show. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, Valentina's facing Lena Solanas, so that
Ooh,
should be
I
really.
also seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
Selena's the one we need to try to get on the show.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah, we got
without
to get her as goes on here. Lena, this is fresh and Lena's bang and pod. Oh no, copyright. No. Oh no.
So Fresh might sue us.
It's so fresh. Just get sued. Two podcasts sue each other. Oh no. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, other than guests, we've been yeah, we had the giveaway bundle when we collected a bunch of things from different promotions and wrestlers and put it in a bundle, and uh Kenneth was his name, I believe. He won some stuff, and then there was another guy that won some stuff too. I think we just like put the guys on a wheel and did like elimination style, just like if your name popped up, you got eliminated, and the last man won. And we did like first and second place, and just gave them stuff, and it's like the Charlie Norris autograph and APW shirt and the Below Zero shirt. So yeah, you should maybe do that again. Just ask people.
We'll have to, we'll have to see. Maybe we can do that
Mhm.
during our during the year-end show where we named the female wrestler of the year and the male wrestler of the year.
Yeah. And yeah, since it was like a WrestleMania thing, we coincidentally had two of the two trainees of Cody and Seth Rollins on the show, Jack Ledger and Valentina Loca. So we had to get their inside thoughts about who was gonna win that. Or no, who it was gonna be. We didn't know it was Cody Rhodes, but we already knew that there were so many rumors that it would be Cody, and of course he came out, and people got to ruin the fun about wrestling. So, yeah.
Yeah, we can't forget we also had Shauna Reed on the show too.
Sean Reed, yeah.
She was
Fun show.
wrestling to talk to.
Mm-hmm. I think I was nervous the whole time because I don't know. I was like, oh, Sean Reed. Yeah.
She kind of forgot about us.
Yeah. Yeah. Shauna's big time now, getting titles and OVW. So
Pete probably said, "Don't you be talking to those guys anymore."
no,
You're-
yeah, you're big time. You can go on another show.
You go
Oh
on my
man,
corner.
Michael's Carter. Oh man, yeah. But yeah, even podcasting, like, I mean, obviously Michael was before us and Freddie Fredrickson was before us, but like the Fresh and Lena's Banging podcast, that's a new thing, and I can't help but maybe possibly, or well, I would say, yeah, both of us, I think we both might want to take some maybe a little credit for that. I think
I
might
think
have
we have
inspired
to
that.
wanting to getting into the podcast. I mean, he was very wanting to know how everything came about, and look who he has for a partner.
Yeah. You know, his friend Linus. Well, I don't. They got a love-hate friendship. I don't know.
Well, no, I Fresh made Selena mad. I think that'd be a little war there.
Yeah, but they're doing their thing. They're mainly just doing like topics of wrestling, but still, well, I think topics of wrestling and just general life and some like I guess some political stuff, but it's still nice to talk about it and address. So, yeah.
Ever bring politics onto a podcast?
Yeah. Always we've never really done that. I know there's like a lot of issues going around, and we did talk like to Tony DiNucci about some stuff, but yeah, we just kind of keep it wrestling for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot I wanted to mention this. Today is Shay Diesel's birthday. He's an Academy wrestler, so happy birthday, Shay Diesel from Indy Talk.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I met him at Below Zero in Fergus Falls for the first time. He's a pretty big dude, big solid big guy. So at the academy he had like 5 matches or so. So yeah. And oh, what else? I mean, we got a lot of big stuff coming up. We never expected this to go for a year, but we got a lot of stuff coming up. We're actually going to have guests in November and December, so that's
Yeah.
a cool thing. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'll get January filled. I know I was just Nick Stokey asked me about a date, and I think I got one nailed down for him.
No, okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got some big stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep on the lookout. Might have some big stuff happening for January. So yeah.
Yep. I know December is gonna be pretty much Pete King's month.
Yeah, it's P King APW month. He really wanted us to get his whole roster or half of his roster on the show. So we got, like, of course, the Summit returning, and we had Kenny Defiance, Nick Pride, and then we got the debut of Robbie Rebel. I talked to him a little bit. He sounds like a good guy. So yeah, and
Nick Pride is coming back on the show too in December. I'll have to look at the list.
oh, okay, yeah.
Matthias returning, Bullet Bronson returning. So
Mm-hmm.
that should be
Gear Solid next. Or yeah, I gotta talk to you about that off screen too. But I wanted to change the date for Ghetto Gear Solid, but we do have Ghetto Gear Solid coming on the show. So
oh, you definitely can figure something out.
yeah.
Speaking of, while we're at it in December when we're doing the APW Pete King month, there will be a little challenge made by Indy Talk to Mr. Pete King.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got a little challenge coming up. Propose that in a post sometime in a little bit. So yeah. And oh yeah, speaking of the guy we've had on the show, he says, "Hey yo," in the comments, Mr. Real Drago. We had him on in the summer. Drago. I miss you, Drago. We
Drago,
got
and get you back on here.
yeah. Let me get that. When was that? Real Drago 2, Wednesday, December 21st at 8:30 p.m. So yeah. Andy was
Yep.
just on Michael's corner a few days ago, or yesterday. Yeah.
He was on Michael's corner yesterday.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Got a hold of me.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to do it. You never got oh, no.
Yeah, supposed to do it, and Michael never contacted me. So
He's like, whatever, Jesse.
yeah,
Oh no.
Oh, it's okay. He can come on our show and give Matthias business, but
Oh yeah.
we can't go on his show.
I guess so. All right, yeah, at least helping with other guests, but yeah, shame on you, Michael. Nice. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I think I was like yeah, one year pretty big. Never expected this to get super big, and we are going to continue this. I don't think we're ending anytime soon. We got a good thing going on. We're loved by MAW, and of course Pete King and or APW Below Zero. Time Bomb likes me, and yeah, we gotta get Time Bomb guys on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, the independent scenes, I think, are kind of big fans. I mean, if we can't get everyone on, like certain individuals,
Michael.
and the
NDS. I don't
never.
know. NDS are busy people.
Yeah, they're big. They're like, we don't need to go on Indy Talk.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And yeah, I mean it's so much. I mean I especially just for me, I went from figure guy kind of knowing making figures. I'm still doing it, but and then started podcasts. I got like two identities and Jesse two identity man, but
Yeah,
and
we're kind of. I mean, been doing it for a year. I mean, it's like
mm,
when wrestling shows, everyone's like, "Hey, I know who you are." Like, yeah,
yeah,
and nice to be noticed for that. Just not a fan of the
yeah,
product. You know?
mhm, yeah, and
You have you all the time. Go, oh, you're that guy from the podcast.
podcast, yeah. Yeah, I get recognized by new wrestlers all the time, and they're like, "You're that guy." I'm like, "Yeah, I am the guy. You're the wrestling. You're a wrestler guy, aren't you?" So, yeah. So yeah, and
Yeah, I have one encounter with Kenny where he's like, "Hey, I know you. You're Jaren." I'm like, "No, Jesse." He's like, "No, you're
yeah.
Jaren." I'm like,
Oh, you're
"No, I'm."
there. That's right.
So I
Yeah. Like
knew
you're
who
the
I was. He was like, "Oh, okay, you're not Jaren."
yeah. So I got look at I'm the one with the hair. So yeah. Hope I can
I
keep
could have
it.
said, "I'm that Sager."
Yeah. Hey, you're Brian Sager, aren't you? No, no.
I'm Craig.
Uh, I'm Craig. Craig and Brian Sager. They need to be on the show together.
I still want to
Yeah.
get Nick Pride and
Oh yeah.
Brandon Kinney on and see what the deal is between those two.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday. Nick Pride's like, hey, the last time I heard there he's in like the Canadian military or something. So he's fighting war and still refereeing somehow. So
Well,
yeah,
wait till the new tag team, Kenny
you
debuts.
know, Kenny. Oh
Well,
man.
his wife was on the podcast with him too. She popped on for a
Yeah.
little.
He popped on as I had Wi-Fi issues and then popped up as soon as I got on or back on. So I didn't get to say
Like, what
hi
are
to you,
you doing?
Jane. Yeah. Shout out to Jane, the merchandise lady, and the wife of Nick Bride. So yeah. Yeah.
He's
Uh
like coming out with some new gear, and Kenny
mhm,
Define has his stickers and all that
yeah.
good.
Mm. Yeah, he's got a lot of I think at Grand Slam, I just saw like a Kenny Defiant sticker, or no, it was a magnet on the ground. I think somebody left it. I didn't know who it was. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll take some Kenny Defiance merchandise. So, yeah, I found it. I didn't steal
Oh,
it.
it's mine now.
Yeah. Oh
As,
yeah, Kenny. Oh, uh,
as,
you can go.
as David and Eli tackle you to the ground, you put that magnet back.
You can't steal merchandise on the ground. Ugh, man. Uh, one on one with David and Brian, or triple threat. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely want to get David on the show. Like that'd be fun.
we tried to do that like in February, and he's like, we gotta plan something else, and now Brian's just the spokesman. But David, you can't escape us. You will be on the show. We need to know how money works. No, I don't. He probably
We'll,
won't
we'll,
talk about money, but. Mhm.
even if we have to do a live show over in Faribault.
Yeah. We just stick a microphone in his face, talk. So,
Be like, guy,
yeah. Oh man. But yeah, it's but oh yeah, yeah, I know when I go to shows a lot or on social media, a lot of people really associate the show with me because I think just because I'm getting out there a whole lot. But guys, don't forget this
yeah,
is this Jesse's thing. He created this. There wouldn't be an Indie Talk without Jesse, and Jesse is the one of two on the show. So this is Jesse and Jaron. I can't take all the credit, even though I've had good moments on here, but we can't. This is Jesse and Jaron. So, but yeah, we're gonna kidnap Jesse and bring him to more shows eventually. So,
Well, hopefully, more shows will get in down by the area. So I know Brian was saying they were talking with Faribault about maybe doing another show in Faribault. So
yeah, and probably not at the same building, right? Or,
oh yeah, they'll go back to the same building.
oh, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Just keep X away from the wall.
Yeah, that I watched that video. I'm like, it didn't seem like he threw him that hard, but he just so he's a bigger dude. So
Yeah.
oh man, yeah. But I don't know.
I think we covered a lot of the ground.
Yeah. He talked about the beginning, reacted to the first ever show. We'll talk about other shows, all guests or some of the top guests we've had on there. I'm thinking about if I get enough time, maybe December when I got my winter break or something, or in January. I think we gotta create like a top 10 funny moments or anything and just replay clips and stuff. So there's a lot of I wish the clips got a lot or well, I'm sure they're being looked at, but I wish the clips got more likes than the other posts, but it still is fun to make the clips and just highlight like the what do they do? Like Tom Burdick shining it up the title really nice. Yeah. So yeah, definitely gotta make more clips and maybe I'll get better with editing and posters. And I'll probably keep the same poster design. I think it's working pretty good. I'm thinking about maybe doing like how WWE does like the moving graphics. I'm kind of thinking about maybe switching to that sometime, but we'll see how that works. But yeah. What do you say, Jesse? Should we close out the 1 year?
We'll close out the 1 year.
All right. So yeah, I know it went a little later tonight, but yeah, thanks guys for joining us for the 1 year anniversary of Indie Talk with Jesse and Jaron. We still got a lot more to do. We're gonna keep going the shows, a lot of MAW probably, a lot of stuff coming up. Want to get a lot of guests on here, and really do want to get more female guests on here just to open up the door that we're not just dudes interviewing dudes, but definitely do want to get female stars on here. We want to hear your story and everything that goes on. So yeah, but yeah, thanks guys for joining, and we'll see you next week. We're gonna Ghetto Gear Solids coming on. We might have a different date, but yeah, Ghetto Gear Solids coming on. We'll hear what they got to say, and P King will get involved, and what'll be a whole party. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna sign out the live celebrating 1 year, guys. Thank you very much. Bam. Almost there.